Hey, folks.
Hey.
We're in it.
Thoughts, John? State of the world?
It's the logical conclusion I came to is that the world's run by demons, essentially.
Well, I mean, we've always known that to be the case.
Yeah. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, we're in dire straits, I would say.
Oh, it's horrific.
Yeah. Well, and I was thinking to myself, I thought, what would be my contribution, like, in these horrible times that we're at? Like, what am I doing to better society, like, in the middle of like a nuclear, potential nuclear war, gas prices, inflation, the extremely important January 6th hearings. Like, I thought, like, God, like, everything's really falling apart. Like, what could I bring to the table? And I thought, like, I think I have to start a podcast. I think that's, because, like, why not get in on the ground floor of like an untapped market that really, like, it's kind of a skill that's unique to me, and like that's something that like nobody's really ever done before. And I thought, like, some people, like, they do, like, what did you do? You like went to Africa, you like helped, you did that thing that the white people do. Yeah. So you did your part. I've never done anything really that charitable or I've never given myself to a cause. And that's why I'm here. That's why we're doing this podcast.
It's immensely noble.
It's it's also, it's innovative. There's really not that many people before in the space.
Yeah.
There's really not that many people in the space. And so I thought, let's journey into this, into this adventure together.
Yeah.
And let's embark on some,
Yeah. This isn't the second podcast I've done in 2 days.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since it's the first one I've really ever done where I've said more than 3 words.
There we go.
Much to everyone else's dismay, probably.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck them.
So, there's a lot going on. There's also nothing going on, I feel like. We're so numb to the news that it feels as if every horrible headline that you see is, there's such a banality to it. You, like, don't even care. We're so desensitized to every single thing that's happening.
Yeah.
What would you say is the one thing that's happened that you've actually felt something about? Have you had any feelings towards it? I have not felt very much.
I'm going to be honest with you. Seeing Amber Heard at TJ Maxx really fucking bothers me.
No, that's the biggest headline. The thing, I miss that case so much. I really miss it. God, it really took up a big chunk of my life in the best way. I mean, every time you saw a horrible headline, I would just revert right back to the Amber Heard. I would go, oh, okay, like a school shooting, back to the Heard trial, back to the Depp trial. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that made me like feel something, which is rare, but but immediately you're horrified and you're like, well, what could I do to completely wipe my brain from these tragedies that nobody's doing anything about? I'm not saying we should take your guns. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, kids probably shouldn't die at school. But again, I'm not going to regurgitate the obvious sentiment here that everyone has.
Cat girls with AR-15s just fucking running around Texas.
Cat girls?
Cat girls.
Is that like an internet thing?
Yeah, it wasn't like there's like a picture of.
I'm like half online.
How did the shooter identify?
How did he? We don't know. We don't know. Some people said he was trans. Some people said he's not trans. I don't know the deal with all of that.
Cat girls there we go. Yeah, that's what we're looking at, dude.
Cat girl.
Cat girls with AR-15.
Oh God, is this like an anime thing?
Yeah, it's like,
dude, watch the prime demographic of the 15 people that are going to be watching this.
A Miyazaki film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the big milky jugs on that anime girl.
Jesus Christ, John.
Yeah, look at that anime AR-15.
Episode 1. Okay, we're not gonna be like some extremely online. I don't like these subculture. I mean, people that like anime, I respect your right to individual freedoms and like having your own personal taste, if you want to call it that. But there's something so disturbing about anime to me.
It's very pedophilic.
It's very like it kind of. I feel like it almost feels like the brony. Like those worlds kind of probably collide. The furries, the bronies, the anime freaks, the AR-15 trans shooters. It all kind of intermingles in this weird dark part of the internet that's like this underbelly of society that I have no interest in. Yet I'm just interested enough to like peruse through Twitter and occasionally on Reddit, but not enough to like fully, see what that world is about. It's too much.
Yeah, there's a it's almost like if you hang out as a dude, if I enter a group of dudes and like there's like a lot of anime going on, it's like a red flag for me.
How many times has this happened to you?
A lot. I mean, come Stu. It's never happened to you?
Anime people.
You don't hang out with them?
No.
You never just like entered a group and there's just like a bunch of like dudes like anime?
Ooh.
Are you saying you don't hang out with hebophiles?
I literally was upstairs I thought that was a term for people who like Jews. It's like Devin's like, no, it's for someone who wants to fuck a 14-year-old. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's the...
Yeah.
Well, and then in that case, if that is what you are, maybe stick to the anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's satiating all your desires in a way that satisfies those needs, and you don't need to then explore further into high school.
Look at that sad hebophile in the field. That looks like the fucking video for Temple of the Dog. Fucking look at that.
Yeah, hey, Google image hebophile. Let's just see what.
Yeah, dude. Hit image on this bit.
I don't want to see pictures of the kids. I want to see what like a hebophilia.
Oh, look, there's a
it's
map.
It's just crystalia.
Hebophilia is not a crime, dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's absolutely a crime that should be punishable. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Notice all the Bible. Wait, what is this? Deviant behavior.
Yeah, they're sexual deviants.
Yeah, Elvis was a sexual deviant.
Back to Amber Heard. Let's get a little more like this is a little dark for day one, I would say. But yeah, the Queen, Amber Heard, the queen of her own demise, an absolute idiot. I mean, you had everything. You had Johnny Depp. If that's not the greatest thing to ever happen to somebody, I don't know what is. And then you fail upwards and you get to Elon and then you ruin that.
And then you're doing science experiments with him in underground, making embryos.
Getting embryos in the tunnels.
Yeah, there's tunnels.
And then there's the tunnels. Who knows what's in the tunnels? It's embryos and hebophiles.
Deep underground military bases. And Joe Biden's molesting kids in the tunnels.
Oh, you think they're canoodling? Biden
for sure.
Administration and Elon Musk, they hate each other.
Do you remember, am I the only one who forgot that guy who like rammed a train into a boat in San Francisco? What was that shit? Do you remember that shit?
I don't remember that.
This dude was like, remember the deep underground military bases thing? Look at that.
No.
Look at deep underground.
I love how we're like, let's get lighter. Now we're at deep underground military base.
It was like a thing, like some dude, and look up San Francisco. Yeah. Hold on, let's do that shit. Oh yeah, pull that up, Jamie. All right, let's see. Strange abandoned military bunker.
Yeah, what are the world's strangest and most secret military bases?
They wouldn't be listed, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Popular Mechanics. Popular Mechanics actually is a pretty good source on conspiracy stuff.
Popular Mechanics. What is that? That sounds like a...
Yeah, they debunked all the 9/11 things. So Popular Mechanics isn't run by the CIA.
Well, I was going to say, it sounds like a shell company.
Oh, for sure.
The Popular Mechanics.
We are Popular Mechanics.
It sounds like a fake front for something. But oh Jesus.
Well, anyways, the theory is Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, they have these military bases that span underground all throughout the United States, and that's where they rape kids.
Well, see, Joe Biden's not savvy enough, I think, to partake in.
Well, you can't get down the staircase.
Correct. Yeah. Not now. 10 years ago, 10 years ago, he wasn't a spring chicken, but he could, he wasn't immobile.
Hey,
yet.
Jack.
Did you see him fall on his bike the other day?
Oh, dude.
Did you see that?
That was insane.
Dude, it's every day. It's so brutal. And we're literally like one breath away from having Kamala Harris have her fingers on the nuclear it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying because if she takes over, I'm serious, like we are done. And that's why Trump should win. Not because I'm a Trump supporter. I'm absolutely...
You're terrified of nuclear war.
I think he's hilarious, and I miss him dearly as an entertainer, and I think that the most truthful thing we've ever done is elect an entertainer as president. Not that it's the first time, but you know, he should win, because if we are going to go down in a big, big way, we should have a little bit of fun at the same time. And I think that Trump really delivers in the entertainment. Whereas these people, you know, you could say that they're statesmen. They're not. I mean, he doesn't know what day it is. But and Kamala Harris is like not, she can't even answer a question. So they're not even giving you the statesmanship that Obama was giving you. They're not orators. They're not able to deliver speeches or one sentence without, you know, flubbing.
The guy can't get off his fucking bike.
No, I mean, why are you riding a bike? I don't even know how to ride a bike.
It's weekend.
I would never ride a bike, and he's 80 years old.
You
and
know
he's
how to ride a bike?
I know.
I didn't know until I was 19.
Why did you learn at 19? That's like smoking cigarettes when you turn 30. It's like, why would you learn at a certain point? It's like, give it up.
There's an emergency in which I needed to ride a bike.
Oh, stop!
Isn't that? I'm not fucking with you. I needed to go. My boss at work was like, you got to take this bike and deliver this to that other location. And I was like, I don't know how to ride a bike, and he literally taught me in 5 minutes.
Why don't you put it in your car?
He was like, no, he like insisted on me taking the bike. I was so fat, and it was like a beach cruiser, and I was going down. I was going down Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills on a beach cruiser at like 1 a.m.
You should thank your lucky stars I didn't hit you with my car. Truly, I mean, sometimes I look at bicyclists and I have like these fantasies, like in a way that a hebephile would have a fantasy of fucking a 14-year-old. Yeah. I have a similar fantasy about running over bicyclists on Sunset constantly. I mean, I genuinely like. Truly nothing makes me more angry than somebody with the gall to ride a bike around this city, which is like, you know, a really dangerous place to drive in, you know, and then you're going to ride a bicycle around. It's disgusting. It's undignified, and it puts our lives in danger, because if something happens, the blame is immediately put on the driver and not the, you know, the bicyclist or the motorcyclist or whatever who get away with murder. You know,
well, it's not. I think actually, if you kill a person on a bicycle, since they're technically on another vehicle, it's not like considered murder. It's like manslaughter, and that irks a lot of bicyclists. Bicyclists get so mad about that.
About what?
Like I can like drive my truck over like a group of bicyclists,
and they're upset that you can't get charged with murder.
Yeah, I do like 5 years.
Dude, doesn't murder have to have intent?
Yeah, but what if I can intend to fucking do it? You know?
What? No. If it were me,
the brakes.
See, the great thing about me is if I were to kill one of them, I would be charged with manslaughter. But in this case, it actually would be murder.
Yeah, you'd want.
I would be intent. No, I'm kidding. I have no intention of killing anybody. I'm saying if I were to see Joe Biden on a bicycle on Sunset Boulevard, for the greater good of the country, I think I might have to. Yeah. Maybe do a little prison time, maybe a couple years.
Hey, Jack,
a couple years in the slammer
behind me?
For the betterment of society. It's a small price to pay.
Would they get you for killing the president?
Yeah, but then
like
John Hinckley, I mean, he got released, so there's hope.
Wait, he got released?
Yeah, he's making music.
Is it good?
He's probably at the Viper Room right now. I'm not even kidding.
He's playing with the Winklevoss.
Look up John Hinckley. I think he's like literally sold out.
I saw that man,
he's very cute. He didn't do anything. He was MK Ultra into being a you know, acoustic guitar strumming.
He's got some Daniel Johnston vibes.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing, but I couldn't pin it in my mind. He's like, love will last you in the end, or love will find you.
He's got like a toy accordion he's playing on.
Yeah. What? Everything's gonna be all right. Let's listen to a little John Hinckley. He's got a little live, so he's got support.
Yeah, let's add a little.
Let's get some sound.
Hope you're doing great. I just posted my latest single.
Dude, he is Daniel Johnston.
No, he absolutely is.
And it's available on Spotify and iTunes and the other streaming sites.
He got that shirt at TJ Maxx right next to Amber Heard. He's like,
he did, yeah. He has that Kubrick stare.
Yeah. There's actually a love story waiting to happen.
Absolutely.
Right here.
Between him and I.
Yeah.
It's literally Daniel Johnston.
It's fucking Daniel Johnston.
Even the chord progression.
The Foo Fighters start letting him open for them. Man, he's pretty horrific, but it's like very endearing. He's only got 29,000 subscribers.
I'm looking at John Hinckley's tour dates.
Okay, let's just all agree here. Shooting Reagan was really cool. All right. That was a cool thing to do.
It's a very cool thing to do.
Very cool thing to do. Getting off and singing folk music after shooting Reagan.
Absolutely.
Cherry on top of the fucking sundae.
Let's see where he's performing.
Imagine this guy sitting around a campfire. You got the s'mores going. It's kind of melting the chocolate a little bit.
There's literally.
You got a citronella candle.
He's live in Chicago.
Live in Chicago. John Hinckley Jr.
Wait, so who? Robert? Oh, Sirhan.
Yeah.
Sirhan did.
He's dead, right? Or did he get released?
John Hinckley's redemption tour. No, I think he's still in prison, and they. Oh, you know what? I read an article that he's still in prison, and they won't release him. I think.
John Hinckley's "I'm out and I'm still at it" tour.
To remember any of this shit.
It's not a redemption. He didn't do anything wrong. John Hinckley's victory lap is what it should be fucking called. All right, go.
Oh, he's Palestinian. God, one more Palestinian. That's right.
Get Kissinger next, John. Give him a 38.
Pelosi.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. I can't wait for that bitch to die.
Yeah, he's still behind.
Yeah.
He's still behind bars.
He's still behind bars. Where is he?
Yeah, and
prison?
I think there was, because I read some article that he was gonna maybe get released, and actually Gavin Newsom wrote a
of course that
scathing op-ed about why he won't release it, because he's in. I believe he's incarcerated in California. If you, yes, sir.
He's the leader of the Bloods. Sirhan.
He's the leader of the Bloods.
Yeah, he's the leader of the Bloods.
No, he's the leader of the crazy gang. The Bloods would never. No, he's been ousted from the mainstream gangs too. He has to be with the crazy.
Damn,
gang.
he was kind of hot. Look at him on the left.
No, he's not a bad looking guy.
Yeah.
None of these people are bad. I think they. Well, he's not great looking.
He's got like Harvey Milk's boyfriend vibes. Yeah, he's a total. Oh man, he's pissed.
No, he's a sweet man. Listen, these guys have all been fucked with in a major way.
Wait, what's this quote? Legally, I'm not guilty. Hold up. There we go. Down. Legally speaking, I'm not guilty for anything. I'm responsible for being there. Pretty cool.
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
No, like they planted him there.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm not even going to get into this, but anyone who knows anything knows that these guys did not do the things that they were accused of doing. Mm-hmm. I think that's fair to say.
Look at this fucking sick family.
You know who really probably...
Rory Kennedy, it looks like a fucking Muppet. Jesus Christ. Look at that
Who's
smile
Rory
on Max
Kennedy?
That looks like
That's
somebody,
not Max. That's
look at that looks like the Instagram smile
Sweet
filter
Ethel.
they put on that guy.
What is that
Jesus,
one?
it
The
just
one where they
gives
give you
like a
yellow
smile.
teeth?
Yeah, no, it just gives you a smile. They'll like put it on their dog. Or like a goldfish or some shit.
Like have you seen the ones where they make you cry?
Oh, that one's good,
I actually like that one. You think this is what they talked about, like in the 1800s?
Yeah, this is what the Continental Congress was like.
You think they were drinking their spiked seltzers and talking
Who's
about
your favorite slave?
What's your favorite Taylor Lorenz tweet?
Jesus Christ, look at the chompers on that fucking guy.
I know. He should give some to sweet Ethel.
Adrenochrome
Ethel is so
stare.
cute. She has like that very sweet old woman, and she probably knows about some bodies that are buried.
Yeah, who's
but
the chick
she
Ted
looks
Kennedy
so cute. What?
The chick that drowned because of Ted Kennedy.
I don't know that.
He
Yes.
drove off the
He
bridge.
drove off. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like a political. She was a pretty up and coming, pretty big up and coming political activist or something. Not even an activist. She worked, I think, as like a staffer or something. She was part of this group of women. I can't remember what it was called. That were supposedly they moved the needle forward, I guess, for women in politics at the time.
Yeah.
In I presume, a very non-annoying way that they would be doing today, or that they would pretend to be doing today.
Ted Kennedy was like, I'm going to push that needle back.
Look up that group of women.
Bit.
Look up Ted Kennedy, woman who died, because she was part of. There's a name that they had, and I feel like I'm not giving them their due diligence here. Mary Jo, yeah. So she was part of the Boiler Room Girls. That's what it is. Yeah, great neck. You always have.
I have a thing for necks and
no, you have a
shoulders.
thing for body parts that are neglected by everybody else.
Yeah, I like shoulders and necks and shit.
You know who else loved necks?
Who? Richard Ramirez.
No, not Richard Ramirez. Fuck. Ed God, what's his name?
Ed Gein.
No. Ed Kemper.
What'd he do?
He killed his mom and then he fucked her neck. No, I'm not kidding.
What?
I'm not kidding.
He fucked the neck.
I wouldn't make this up. No, and then there was a famous quote. I'm very fascinated by Ed Kemper. I've watched a lot of his interviews, and he kind of reminds me of like a fat Ben. Like if Ben were like 500 pounds and make that picture a little bit bigger, because that's the real Ed Kemper on the right, and that's the one that was portrayed him in Mindhunter. He did an excellent job, in my opinion.
The one on the right's way better looking than that guy.
So if you go to an interview with Ed Kemper, the one on the right, they fattened him up a bit for the show.
Did he come?
Huh?
Did he jizz?
No, look up Ed Kemper neck. No, I mean, like, this is like one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite.
Got shirts. You want one of those shirts?
No, I'd buy his merch.
It just looks like an alt comedian in Echo Park. Look at this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look at that guy.
He's doing Meltdown.
Yeah.
No, he's at Story Books and Cafe. Stories Books and Cafe.
Like, catch me at Lyric.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going up after Alan Strickland Williams.
I think the shirt says co-ed killer.
What? Where?
What's that? What's Nita Hick? What's that shit say? Down one, that shirt right there. Yeah, what's that one? Nita Ride. Oh, he offers you rides.
But you didn't look up the neck, the mom and the neck, the quote, the mother, because his mother was very abusive to him. That's typically how these things go. You know, the Oslo guy that killed a bajillion people. His mother was like psychotic. So it's people whose mothers are similar to Amber Heard and have personality disorders that usually end up committing crimes of this magnitude. Now, the only good thing about Amber Heard's kid is that she might also have the genealogy of Elon Musk, and that makes you like a different kind of murderer. I don't think Elon Musk is a murderer. I think all billionaires probably are in some way.
Yeah.
But he's the best one. And who am I to slander the murderers? You know, at least they made a name for themselves, unlike me.
Yeah, I'm more into like serial killers use guns.
Neck mother.
Like
you can't go to images, dude. You got to go to the web.
Neck mother.
There's not gonna be like a meme that says this. Okay, here we go. Ed Kemper
hated his mum so much he cut her head off and fucked the neck hole.
Cut her head off and had sex with it. Yeah, he fucked her neck because she said something.
You having a laugh? I hate my mum.
He's like British. She had said something like, "I haven't had sex," or in 1971, before I murdered my mother, I said, she's gotta die. I gotta die, or girls like that are gonna die. He was like the first incel. Like as a child,
6'9". God, imagine how big his unit was.
He's a big boy.
Good God.
Yeah, his mom got fucked good, huh?
Jesus.
All those years without any dick, and then and then you're
imagine your
fucking
your
oaf of a son
is a 6'9" dude who killed his mom, cut her head off, and then fucked the neck, and you're like, oh, they might get him parole. Yeah,
it's Gavin one of Newsom, the sickest things
Gavin
I've
Newsom,
ever read about.
Sirhan's probably like, Gavin Newsom's like, lock him up, but Ed Kemper, he's like, it's cool,
it's fine. No. Ed Kemper's part of the DNC.
We have him on a work release program where he's going to be working as
a staffer for Kamala Harris.
Yeah. He's moonlighting as a chiropractor.
As a chiropractor?
And he works for Kamala Harris during the day.
Yes. Well, so there was something here. I'm going to, because I think I remember part of the quote was,
all right, let's see.
He also said this, I certainly wanted for my mother a nice, quiet, easy death like everyone else wants. I just wanted to see how it felt to shoot grandma. Who amongst us doesn't want to know what it feels like to shoot grandma?
Shoot Nana.
To shoot sweet Ethel Kennedy, who really actually...
America's grandma, Ethel Kennedy.
I stabbed her. They're supposed to fall dead. They're supposed to fall dead. They're supposed to go, and fall dead. I'd seen it in the movies, right? It doesn't work that way. When you stab someone, they leak to death.
Yeah.
You got to get a plumber. You got to get all sorts of shit. One side of me says, I'd like to talk to her, date her. Okay, this is not about his mother. This is about other women. Yeah. The other side of me says, I wonder what it would look like if her head was on a stick. I mean, this is some of the sickest shit. The thing I find fascinating about him is he was a very articulate, very high IQ, very intelligent, and I hesitate to say charismatic and charming man.
He could have easily gotten laid.
Oh yeah,
he's like
absolutely.
6'5".
No. This, and so are so many of the incels that what it is I think part of these like incels, they enjoy it. They enjoy the camaraderie amongst the loserdom that they've created. I think they don't actually want to try, and so then they do a very similar thing to women like Amber Heard, where they play the victim and they're like, well, nobody wants to fuck me. It's like, well, you're right.
Well, being a victim's harder, easier than trying.
Yeah, so they hate women, but they are women.
Yeah,
and therein lies the problem.
They're massive pussies.
They are the worst part of every woman that exists, and the worst part of every man that exists in the sense that they're violent and they have Ed Kemper like tendencies. Absolute losers. Yeah.
He's not a bad looking dude when he got arrested. Look at him.
No. Well, so go to his.
That guy would be swimming in pussy in this town.
Yeah. No.
Like on the east side.
He just got that mustache and those glasses just a few years too early.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Had he just waited a little bit, they would.
If he had a Volvo 240 and a fucking, he's like, the one side of it slouches when he gets in because he's so fucking big.
He's a big fatty.
Yeah, he's a big fucking. No, he's not big. He's just a burly boy, dude. That guy, guys like that won us World War II.
He looks like a guy that would like in today's world, he would do like van life.
Yeah,
like he would go in his little van with his like little lab or golden retriever.
I think
then he would make fires and in the middle of and then he would put him on YouTube and he's like, look at my van that
very Bon Iver
together. Very sweet. Yeah, Bon Iver. I don't know about that. Bon Iver is
no, not look wise, but like he'd like listen to like soft music and he's like a gentle giant.
There's a deep darkness. Go to YouTube. Go to there's a little bit more of a darkness. Bon Iver is very people that like Taylor Swift love Bon Iver too. It's no, not Bon Iver. No, go to YouTube and then type in Ed Kemper interview. It should be one of the first ones. I love that Stu's things as Ben Shapiro. The first thing that pops up is Ben Shapiro on his search bar.
What are you even doing?
Stu and his MAGA upbringing. Dude, Stu's mom was MAGA before Donald Trump ever ran for anything. It's amazing. Okay, Ed Kemper interview in 1984 right here. This is one of the most riveting interviews I've ever watched. God, he's so good. Now, I don't want to say he's hot. I don't believe that.
I think here's I'm gonna let's pause. Pause.
Yeah.
Every woman the reason this like true crime. I know what you did.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I know. Every woman wants to fuck
raped.
Serial killers. No, not that. They don't want to be raped. Every woman wants to fuck serial killers because not long ago, I'm talking like 160 years ago.
Okay.
Right, the blink of an eye in the course of human existence.
Absolutely.
All the biggest, dopest dudes were serial killers. Yeah.
I don't follow. What do you mean by that? Like Napoleon was like a cool dope dude?
Yeah,
or
he killed a fuck ton of people.
Yeah, I agree with you that like Alexander the Great is like cool. And
back in like 1860, the guy who killed the most Native Americans was like the coolest guy in town.
That's not the same thing, John.
Yeah,
those
and the
are
women
serial
all wanted to
killers
suck
in
him
a
off.
very different way.
No, it's not.
Here's if you kill a bunch of people under the pretense of a war, it's an act of heroism. It's not an act of. I mean, I see Stu actually thinks that that's true. I don't agree with that. I don't think that if you kill a bunch of people for war, that's a good thing.
Women are attracted to killers.
Huh?
Women are attracted to killers.
No.
Yes.
I'm not attracted to killers.
You just said he's fucking hot.
I mean, through like a very like voyeuristic I watched Mindhunter.
Do your fucking
play
mental
the interview.
gymnastics.
You judge for yourself, John. No, judge for yourself.
I mean, I already said he's hot.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, then everyone knows. Then
he's
you
hot. Look at him.
understand. Do you understand? Yeah. Look at those Warby Parker sunglasses and tell me that man doesn't have like a beautiful $2,500 a month apartment in Atwater Village and he's doing well for himself.
Yeah, he makes like chaise lounges for a living.
Yeah. What is it?
Is it chaise?
What's chaise lounge?
Those lounge chairs that are like
love sacks.
Love sacks.
That's like an old thing in the mall. You'd go to the love sack.
You
store.
want fucking Ed Kemper's love sack?
Oh my god.
Chaise lounge. CH. Fuck. Chaise. There we go. CHIS. That thing. That's a chaise lounge.
John knows way too much about furniture, and that's why he thinks Ed Kemper's hot. Let's keep playing this.
Exactly. I'm about 30%. Can play the interview, Stu.
Authority. I'm someone who has been a murderer for almost 20 years. Can you say how many?
Have you heard Aeroplane Over the Sea?
It would be a guess, but it's not. It's far more than 35. It isn't that impossible in this society. It happens. But there are more people.
He's so articulate.
Is he though?
John,
he just killed a fuck ton of people.
I did. I came in out of the cold.
After he like read Don Quixote, you know?
People who prefer it.
He looks like, if I saw him hanging out with like Adam Driver at Beechwood Canyon, I wouldn't like blink an eye. Like, hey, this is my buddy Ed.
This actually might be Adam Driver.
Yeah, Adam Driver as Ed Kemper.
I'd watch it.
Even though I was living a parallel and increasingly sick life, other life. One victim let me back in the car. I locked myself out. She opened the door for me.
Listen to the way he tells the story.
Gun was under the seat.
You're riveted.
What the hell am I doing telling
Not
you?
really, because, you know, he's just a fucking serial killer.
John, please, you're into him. I'm not into him. I find him interesting.
You're doing a lot of backpedaling, dude. You're doing a lot of gymnastics over here.
I was raging inside. There was just incredible energies.
It's so horrifying, dude.
Depending on a mood, that would trigger one or the other. And outside, I looked troubled at times. Other times, I looked...
Yeah, I mean, if this guy existed, if it was fucking 1300 AD and we were in a village, this guy'd be the toughest guy in the village. He'd have the most bitches.
You always look at everything in terms of how would this man do if he were a Viking?
Yeah, that guy'd be the best Viking.
What would be his social status?
Yeah.
What would be his rank?
The highest.
Yeah,
the highest. And that's what we're used to.
Okay.
Like, there's a reptilian part of us that wants that. I'm not like,
There's
I'm
a
not trying to be like,
reptilian part of you.
No. I'm not trying to be like some fucking like Cormac McCarthy fucking natural law fucking stan or some bullshit. But there's like, this is why fucking, why is my favorite murderer a thing?
Because women want to be raped.
No, because women want to fuck dudes who kill a bunch of people.
And
or could.
Except them.
Yeah.
Everyone
like,
but them.
They won't
he wants
kill
to
if
kill and rape and pillage everybody but me.
If I milk him enough, he won't kill so much.
Yeah. And if he does, it'll just be other people in defense of me.
Yeah.
If someone looks at me wrong, he'll kill me.
Yeah.
It's sweet. No, I mean, and Ed, is just, he is an interesting, I kid about being attracted to him. I do, however, think it is.
I'm not buying this for a fight. This is Takia.
No, listen, he's not my type, straight up. He looks a little too much like my father.
If he had olive skin and was like, inshallah, I'll fuck her neck.
Dude, he could just become like he here's the thing about it. I don't understand if he has remorse or doesn't. He's too smart for us to figure out if he's remorseful about any of the actions because he is explaining them in great detail with great attention to detail and his memory is sharp, and he's able to recount all the events as if they happened yesterday, and he tells you without really leaving out any like gory bloody details. He kind of says it very matter of fact, but he's such a good speaker that you wonder, I'm like, is this a man that feels ashamed that he fucked his mother's decapitated head, or does he or is that like his beat and he's into it? And if he just lived in like the YouTuber economy, perhaps he could have, I don't know, started
Would Twitch
a YouTube.
save this man's life?
Yeah.
If he was a Twitch streamer and he had League of Legends.
Hey, John, it would save my life.
It would
Hey, John, it would, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
It would save my life.
Okay.
No, listen, he is a smart, let's play a little more. He's a smart,
Yeah, you're entranced.
Hey, listen
by this
for
fucking
yourselves. I'm
modern
entranced
Vlad
by a lot of
Dracula.
people.
If this guy killed my daughter, I'd fuck him to death with a lead pipe. Like, this is not like...
But not because he killed your daughter, but because you're attracted to him.
No, because I want to fuck my daughter. He got to her first. I'd be like, Ed, you got to her neck first.
Oh my God.
I want to be the toughest dude in town.
I really didn't think this was going to be this fucked up of a first episode.
Yeah, we're winging it, man.
Can you imagine episode 5 where like we turn into hebophiles?
Yeah. Episode 5, we're actively buying child porn on the dark web. Yeah. We're like, here, Stu, make sure we got Tor turned on.
Yeah. For the bit.
For the bit. Episode 7, we get swatted.
Dude, Ed Kemper literally killed those women as a bit.
That's a joke.
And it was like, mean to be crass, but it was a little brilliant.
Yeah, he's at Flappers one night. And he just leaves. He's like,
Yeah,
watch this guy.
he did bad at a mic at Flappers one night. The Flappers booker got upset with him.
God.
Watched her social life drop off.
Are you?
Watched her get bizarre. She had terrible pain from her life.
This is his mother. See, he's speaking with great clarity.
Well, he's a psycho. He's a psychopath. He doesn't feel emotion.
He's a psychopath, but he also has a deep understanding, I think, of psychology and why his mother was ultimately the one he wanted
I don't think
dead.
it's deep. I think he has like a surface level. And
It's
the
not
same,
deep.
These
His
people
knowledge
aren't.
is deep. He actually does have a very high IQ. I'm gonna find.
If he had a high IQ, then why is he in prison? Yeah.
Because he didn't
Riddle me
care
that.
about what happened.
That's like
to
when
him.
people are like, Coco the monkey's super smart. Why isn't he in a fucking cage, dude?
My inability to communicate.
I'm more scared of the guys out there on highways not getting caught.
The what?
The guys out there are too stupid to get caught. They're on highways. They're fucking lot lizards to death.
Who?
The serial killers that are free right now.
With the
They
homeless?
haven't been caught. Zodiac killer. He didn't get caught.
No, he did.
The Zodiac killer did not
Well,
get.
he was dead. It was a posthumous catching.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, Ted Kaczynski was in jail. You're gonna say he's not
Yeah,
smart?
he's retarded too. He eluded him longer than most, but
He's retarded
The big
in that-
retarded move in his life was bombing people.
Who?
Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah,
That was a dumb
and
move.
Here's
If he
the
didn't
big.
want to be in prison, he
And
shouldn't have done
to
that.
counter that, the big smart move on Ed Kemper, or the big dumb move on Ed Kemper's part, was killing his mother, amongst others. So they always have a downfall. There's always a vice with these intelligent people, and we all have vices.
John
like,
Hinckley Jr. is way smarter than this guy.
Well, John Hinckley Jr.
he chose a good target.
Is a pile of jello. I mean, he literally
He
his
rocks.
brain has been turned into
Literally.
mush.
Yeah.
All of them have been. And so has you said John Hinckley or you said Sirhan Sirhan?
Not Sirhan Sirhan.
No,
Sirhan
no.
Sirhan looks like pissed off still.
No, he looks pissed off. Oh, he should be.
Yeah.
John Hinckley Jr., he's a sweet soul. He's a sweet,
Yeah.
kind soul. Ed Kemper is a disgusting sociopathic killer.
Yeah.
I don't think he's psychopathic. Well, maybe. Hey, I'm no psychopath.
I want to see Celebrity Deathmatch John Hinckley Jr. versus Ed Kemper.
Bro, Ed Kemper wins all day. John
Yeah.
Hinckley Jr. is not a killer. He was brainwashed to be, a musician.
I think Ed Kemper would lose against Richard Ramirez, though. Like a
Anybody?
little skinny twink, Richard Ramirez.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think Richard Ramirez.
You think
would,
it'd be
like,
one of
it'd
those
like,
underdog victories?
He'd have like a drunken monkey style of fighting. He'd wear like special
Watch, like
shoes.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, he pulls a hammer out of his fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just fucking I think Ed
Slammed
Kemper
around.
may be like the toughest serial killer.
No, yeah, and that's why
John Wayne Gacy was a big guy too. How tall was John Wayne Gacy? Look that up.
he was.
Gacy's a big fella.
He looked more like a clown, so there wasn't that charm was lost on him.
Well, John Wayne Gacy, I read this thing. They analyzed his clown makeup. And he had very sharp angles on his makeup, and like actual professional clowns avoid doing that because it scares children. It makes you look frightening.
Right.
So his makeup was like, look at that fucking guy, man. Look at his clown makeup.
No, this has to be the most terrifying guy.
Look at his height. Let's see his height.
But he wasn't. But he's not that terrifying to me because he wasn't.
He's 5'9". He's a short king.
Yeah, he's a short king.
He's a short king.
short king. And hey, his victims were even shorter.
Yeah, this is literally turning into my favorite murderer.
Dude, no. Hey, if we could get some of that money,
Yeah, let's
if we could get some of that,
reel those bitches
dude, I
in.
legitimately think they're the top podcast.
We just
And wasn't Karen whatever? Like, wasn't she a comic or something?
yeah, no, they all are.
It's amazing when they quit comedy, things just start going really.
Look at that
well.
makeup. He was a big like fundraiser for the Democratic Party in his town.
Was he?
Yeah, isn't that
No,
funny?
is that for real? Or
No,
are you
I'm
being
dead serious.
Yeah, no, that
I'm
makes
dead
perfect
serious.
sense.
Yeah, he's a big dem.
No, if he were alive today, he would be running the State Department.
Yeah, you know how you get dudes? Dumb guy. Well, he would be like, "Hey, I want to show you a magic trick. Let me handcuff you," and they would just do it.
Who would?
Those victims, they'd be like, "Yeah, sure, John."
If they go for it, just kill him.
Yeah, and then
Who's gonna go for
he'd
it?
fuck him to death, and
Yeah.
look at the clown makeup.
See,
He's
it's
like-
funny.
he's like,
Oh, he's so gross.
He's scary, man.
But also, what's really that different between him and Ronald McDonald? It's probably 100 pounds. That's really the big difference. But beyond that, it's kind of the same look.
Ronald McDonald's killed more children than fucking young men. Than
That's
John
absolutely
Gacy.
true.
Easily.
Through
Yeah.
just Big Macs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, what a crazy take I just gave, dude.
No,
that was so edgy.
that was absolutely killer, John.
Damn, mood.
That was absolutely.
Oh, dude, is that fucking Gigi Allen?
Who's Gigi Allen?
Ida.
Who's Gigi Allen?
Summer child. He was a punk rock guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know about the
He's like a rapist
new
punk
wave.
rock guy. And people always say my mustache is kind of like Gigi Allen's.
Oh,
There's a
really?
girl in the middle, yeah.
And so you kept it that way?
No, not because I don't want to be like Gigi Allen.
I don't know Gigi.
He like used to shit in his hand and throw it at the audience, like rape women and shit.
He would. Well, that's worse than rape.
Yeah, he was a really bad.
To fling your shit at people.
Yeah, he'd always like blow snot rockets in the fucking audience and shit.
I'd take a good rape before I take a shit slinging any day.
There was a homeless guy in San Diego that was just slinging shit at people in COVID patios.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
No, that's you should go away for rape.
All right, so let's see. All right, look at that fat little baby John Wayne.
Oh my
is that
God,
him?
is that Hezbollah? What a cutie pie. He looks like Meester. He looks like Meester.
I want that picture framed. I want that. I want that photo.
Serial killer, like the
look at his little bowed legs.
A Lucky Charms cereal.
He's like, I'm gonna rape you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
What a cutie pie. Look at the way his legs protrude outwards because he's so
heavy.
fat.
Fat little baby.
He's so fat that he has to create a little pedestal.
Yeah.
To keep up the. Oh, he's very cute.
Jesus
cute.
fucking Christ! They made memes.
That wasn't John Wayne Gacy though, was it? That picture of that little toddler.
That's a meme.
Okay.
So what else we got on the docket?
Well, now that we've covered the main important, this was gonna. I think John thought that we were gonna come into this podcast and it was gonna be like some political punditry, but in a more palatable.
I've been fooled.
Way. Instead, he's going to get TMZ fodder. He's going to get. We're gonna kind of analyze rapists and serial killers because we want some of that money. We want some of that money that's out there.
Yeah, we missed the Johnny Depp train.
We absolutely missed that train. Yeah. If we would have started this podcast, if I had any clue about anything, I would have started this podcast at the height of that trial. I would have dedicated my life to Johnny Depp and his acquittal. Acquittal as if he was like accused of murder. But it to his defamation case. And people have gained like 1 million subscribers about the justice, the justice for Johnny Depp, like industrial complex is like an entire market and industry now of its own. And if I were smart, we would have jumped on that very lucrative train early on. But instead, we're going to, talk about my favorite murderer, Ed. But, I mean, I really do. There's
no better time than now.
A little bit more of him.
Oh, you want some more Ed Kemper?
Just a little more of this interview. Because it is, I've watched this whole interview like a bunch of times.
All right.
How serendipitous that this is what we...
Oh, look at this is a dramatic reenactment from the 80s.
Then a gun is in the car, hidden. And this craving, this awful, raging eating.
For chocolate. I want a Choco Taco.
It's horrible. We have to cut that out.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was really bad. That was really bad. That was worse than your slip up.
More and more. It's the same process. So it finally came down to the thing of, do I dare bring this gun out? Already realizing if that gun comes out, something has
He's a dumb bitch. I'm sorry. He's just a fucking. He's
go
just a dumb
halfway
bitch.
into this interview. I think I want to see a little bit more about him.
Let's see. You're fucking entranced right now.
Well,
John Ed Kemper is like your fucking who's the fucking guy in the British pop band?
What? The One Direction?
Yeah, the Watermelon Sugar guy.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. I'm gonna find this quote.
I don't know.
It was a great quote. God,
I
there's
remember
so
there
many
was
quotes.
actually a sexual thrill. Did he fuck him? Yeah, he's fucking him.
Just want to remember.
How are you able to, in 1 minute, have someone's head in your hand, and very shortly thereafter,
through a fantasy, however that would relate to that severed.
You know.
And then 5 minutes later.
Okay, pause it. This was the quote.
Yeah.
John, I know you're sick of Kemper, but
No,
you'll learn to love him. This is the quote. She said, this is what he said about his mom, referring to what his mom said. She said, I haven't had sex with a man because of you, my murderous son. So I got a claw hammer and I beat her to death. Then I cut her head off and I humiliated her. And I said, there, now you've had sex. Because, he fucked her neck.
Yeah. You're twisted.
If there's one thing I know, it's this. A mother should not scorn her own son.
That's actually a Bible quote.
Yeah, this is like an Abel. This is what is it? Abel and Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel
Yeah.
And then fuck her neck.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. You're twisted.
What do you think your mother will think about this podcast, Stu?
She'll probably have a seizure or something.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom's never going to know about anything I do.
No.
My mom's a dumpling of a woman. She's an angel.
A dumpling?
Yeah, she's an angel.
That's kind of mean to call your mom. Like,
She's a cute.
that's really like,
so cute.
that's kind of fucked up, John.
Fucked up.
That's like a step away from fucking her neck.
Yeah, that's it.
Calling her a dumpling.
She's cute. She's so cute.
No, I know that's a term of endearment to us,
Adorable.
but if somebody
an
called
angel.
me a dumpling, I would maybe,
Well, yeah, but that's
cut my own
it's
head
you.
off.
Yeah.
That's really, but it's a sweet sentiment.
Love my mom.
Yeah. I want to meet your mom. I've never met her.
She's the best.
You guys always have movie days.
She
with
made
your mom, and
meatloaf
I
last
feel
week.
like-
It was fucking phenomenal. I had like 2 giant slices of meatloaf.
I've never had meatloaf at a house. I've only ordered it at a restaurant, which I don't think is what you're supposed to do with
Dude,
meatloaf.
when
I
you
think
make
you're supposed
meatloaf at a house,
yeah.
it's a fuck ton of meatloaf. It's a
What's
whole
in
loaf.
meat? Is it carby? Is it very carby?
Yeah, it's breadcrumbs and egg.
Why do people hate meatloaf traditional? Like
They're dumb.
in the old
They're
sitcoms,
stupid.
like you'd watch Roseanne, it's like, oh, meatloaf again. Like,
Yeah, well, that
and
back
it's
back when Rosanna was being made, there was like you had Chinese food, Mexican food, or meatloaf. That was like the thing.
I don't think
It
you
was
even
like, what are we
had
having for
Mexican
dinner
food back
tonight?
then.
Hot dogs, meatloaf,
Bonbons.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a big running thing. in the show.
pizza. The ethnic food was like pizza.
Yeah, probably.
Having chicken
I'm
breasts.
sorry they weren't living in Los Feliz where
Yeah.
there was all these other options available.
Roseanne rocks.
Roseanne's the best sitcom, in my opinion. You think so too? A lot of people are like, oh, it's Seinfeld. I'm like, well, first of all, Curb is better than Seinfeld.
Roseanne did more for big men than anything.
John Goodman
John
did
Goodman
more.
was sexy as fuck in that
Dude,
show.
John Goodman, I'm not kidding, was a hottie
Yes.
in that show.
Yes. He
There's
had
a-
undeniable charisma.
There is a scene of him in one of the episodes where they keep drinking the milk. It's a great bit where throughout the episode, and they don't really address it in terms of the storyline, but throughout the episode, after a scene ends, somebody goes to the fridge and they take a swig of the milk straight out of the carton. And some every part of the family does it, and it's gross and sour, and they put it back in the fridge.
Oh,
and,
this is
then the next one does it, and then John Goodman has this. Can we actually play that?
Yeah,
Can we
play
go,
that scene.
Oh yeah, go to YouTube. I actually have seen this YouTube video so many times that the only reason I think they got the copyright is because it was German, like a German translation of the show or something, and that's how they were able to upload it.
There we go. Gone Judman.
Oh, it's so good, dude. This is one of the funniest things that here we go. I love that old font, that 80s. Why is it starting here? No. See, this is what I mean.
Yeah. I love that
Type
sax.
in John Goodman milk. This all sounds so like.
This is John Goodman getting milked on the Little
Here,
League
I bet I-
Express.
He's
I don't
probably
think I'd
been on
have
it.
Well, the thing is like, he was always dancing or like being real charismatic, and he was always coming home from work, and he was just a big tough guy,
Yeah.
and he was
yeah.
a big man, and he was just sexy and funny.
He did that
and-
motorcycle shop. It
Yeah.
was sweet. He was a
Yeah.
good Midwestern,
Yeah.
like, he was a good TV dad, and I think the whole show was just so much more realistic than any other sitcom, and didn't like subscribe to the
Yeah.
the tired tropes of the time. I think like John Goodman, Roseanne Milk. There is the episode
because it's probably peak. Oh,
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no.
be able to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
this shit.
Yeah, I found it. What a performer!
Look at this
man is.
cool ass like hairdo.
He's great. Oh, but this is after everyone's already drank it. And then, so this is the very end of the episode. Everyone drank the milk and put it back. But at this point, it's much more sour, probably.
Yeah, he's only buttoning the middle 3 buttons on his fucking flannel.
Look at his face.
He's trying to close it. Look at the comedy chops. He puts it back
in the frame. It's a great fucking bit, dude. People that dog on this show are absolute fucking idiots. This is the best sitcom.
You ever watch Roseanne, Stu?
Oh, and the music. This shit,
Before your time. You're a Zoomer. He's a Zoomer.
It was before my time, too. Stu, you're my age.
Stu's doing TikTok dances. Oh, you both are Zoomers,
We're the same. John, you're our age.
No, I'm 29, shitbag. I'm older than you guys.
But Roseanne was the reruns were always on
you
TV.
Are children to me, dude. You guys barely remember 9/11. I was out in these streets, fucking.
I barely remember it.
Dude, he barely remember.
I vaguely.
I was
remember
there when Fox News was like, dude. When we were invading Iraq, that shit was wild.
I remember that because I'm Iranian.
Fox
so
News,
there was
you were like,
you're
calling
affected
your
me
fucking
personally.
Yeah.
The fact that people thought I'll
your
never forget
uncle,
how many times I'm like, Iraq and Iran, there's a different letter, they're different countries. Like, stop. I'm not. It was like I think I pretended to be Italian or something.
That's sick.
My last name sounds like a pasta. It's close enough. But then I eventually was like, Persians are above Italians too. There's a Persian supremacy, I think, that's deep inside. And I say this as somebody who doesn't respect very many Persians that are alive today. I just respect that what we've done, what our culture's done.
All about being the first white people.
Persians actually invented Roseanne.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is that Persians invented...
It's called Roseanne. And it was rose water. It was made with rose water and cherries.
Oh yeah, sour cherry.
Yeah, it's a rice peel off.
It was za'atar seasoning.
Roseanne. They fucking when we were invading Iraq, they had like this. Fox News kept running through like we're gonna hit them with Stinger missiles first. It was and they had this like live feed of all these Marines like standing on the border.
It was a live stream.
Yeah, it was like showing like all the bombs we're gonna hit them with, and then you had reporters in Baghdad like they're launching them, and we're hearing them. They're going off. It was fucking awesome.
And that was Roger Ailes' era.
Yeah, it was like the Super Bowl going down.
Good old days.
Yeah, and the Gulf War I had like merch. It was insane.
There was merch?
Yeah, there was like
I love a good merch drop.
Yeah, there was like Storm and Norman t-shirts and like fucking it was called Desert Storm. It had like a cool fucking name.
Dude, what a missed opportunity for like, wars that didn't capitalize on the consumerism. Like you could have had D-Day shirts.
Utterly disgusting.
Yeah.
It's the most utterly disgusting American thing.
You could have merch for, enough, like Hitler should have had like a line of like baseball caps,
He did. He had a whole line of uniforms.
It wasn't baseball caps. They were like the hats. They were a little loud.
They had little skulls on
They
them.
had like those like, it was very, the fashion back then. It was the German... fashion, it's a little rigid. Their language is a little rigid. They could have loosened up a bit. They could have taken a few notes from Ye.
I just had this intrusive thought. I remember I was like 12 years old watching Project Runway with my dad, which is probably why I'm gay.
Wow.
But I remember my dad was just like, Heidi Klum's on TV, and he looks over and he goes, she'd look great in an SS uniform. Her being like... Yeah, but a lot of people would.
She'd be great going up to all the victims and saying "Auf Wiedersehen."
Yeah, it's very kinky.
That's what she would say because she'd say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Like, Auf Wiedersehen. So they just put her in the chamber.
Just making them fight each other to death.
Her job is to literally just on their way out, just Auf Wiedersehen.
on the train.
You have been. What is it? You have been eliminated.
You have been goodbye. Fuck.
This is horrible.
It's not gonna work.
Do we cut that out?
He's looking at Jews. This isn't gonna work.
It's not gonna work, but it was a good run, and do we have to cut this out?
Let's make it work.
Is it bad for me to say that Heidi Klum said
the final solution being organized? Let's make it work.
Yeah, there's producers. there's literal there's camera crews and
beating the shit out of her.
He didn't beat the shit out of her.
Fuck yeah, he did. He's a big
Seal
domestic.
did?
Seal beat the fuck out of Heidi Klum.
That's not true.
Look that shit up.
His name is Seal.
What?
Seals actually, I heard, are also vicious. Like actual seals. Like
they're horrific. They're like wolves.
I don't buy that at all. No, they're
Postivores.
Any animal that's like that fat, I think. Especially if they're like water animal. Like what are they going to do? Run after you?
What a beautiful singer he was.
A sanger?
Singer.
Did you say sanger?
I don't know.
It's a little racist, John.
Yeah, I'm flushing into ebonics now.
He looks good.
Yeah,
Seal's always been hot.
The acne scars are fucking hot, man.
No, they look good on him. He's a really good-looking guy, which is why I refuse to believe that he's.
He looks like fucking Spawn, dude.
Can we play that song?
No, we can't play that song.
No, we'll get flagged. Heidi Klum will show up on my screen and say, Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Shoots you in the
Auf Wiedersehen
face
doesn't mean bless. That's Gesundheit. Okay.
Not Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah,
Auf Wiedersehen is goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen is goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Damn.
This is the end of the road for you.
So
what else
first
do we
of all,
have?
I'm gonna make a movement that you only search for things on DuckDuckGo from now on.
Right. We don't want them
Google
searching us, huh?
You know what I mean?
They are really looking into what we're up to. They don't want us to succeed. I just turned into DJ Khaled. The major key that they don't want you to have.
Fuck. What's look up? Well, you know what? Let's go. Let's make a big circle back. Amber Heard, TJ Maxx footage.
Amber Heard, TJ Maxx. We never watched it. I don't know that we can watch it because TMZ doesn't. This is our first real official ep, I guess. So we don't ep for the pod. But I don't know that they'll let us actually play the video.
Enough. The pic should be enough.
I want to see her in her Maxxinista garb.
I need Pumas.
I don't know if her shopping at TJ Maxx is at first I thought it was a publicity stunt, right? Because
imagine being the guy filming her.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
she's looking at you.
I would film her at TJ Maxx. I'm not above that. I'd be above it with anybody else, but with her, we all decided we hated her. Nothing. I just fucking, I'd film her and I'd sell it to Harvey Levin like a good old girl. Huh?
Your flash is on.
Oh no, I'd make it obvious. No, I'd make it real obvious. It's like, honey, you're not gonna shop. Listen, I wish it were Ross, but I would absolutely film her shopping at TJ Maxx. Now, I probably wouldn't, but I would. If I had a little less respect for myself, I think I would.
This is organized by her.
That's what I thought. But what is the point of this? Is this like a woe is me? Is she now doing this with the public so that they feel bad for her?
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. It's a TJ Maxx in the Hamptons. It's in Bridgehampton, New York, which isn't, I think, really, it's a part of Southampton. I looked it up, but, you also forget that there are things like TJ Maxx at the Hamptons. It's for the people that work in the Hamptons.
Oh, and not, I thought it was like a big trap to get them out of the Hamptons.
Oh, you think? Yeah, their taxes are. Yeah. No, I mean it's very possible. But yeah, she's a little Maxxinista. Mm-hmm. Amber Heard, she be shopping. Women, they be shopping. I don't know. I don't think it's a publicity stunt though, because she immediately looked away from the camera and walked away as soon as she saw she was being recorded. But this woman is a very duplicitous, deceitful. We don't even know what her aims are because I think they change every minute depending on her BPD mood. Mm-hmm. That oscillates between sweet whatever and then just psychopath.
Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, she's an insane person.
I can't put it behind her to attack the person fucking filming her though. That's the crazy thing.
What?
That would be my first reaction. She would attack the person filming her.
She's the kind of person that would never attack strangers. She's only going to attack people that she's closest with. Yeah, people that do things for her, that give her millions of dollars. She abuses people that she seeks out people that have masochistic tendencies, and I think she abuses them because she knows that deep down they probably like it.
Yeah.
She's kind of an Ed Kemper-esque kind of.
Ed Kemper versus
Amber Heard. She would straight up win.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
He would fuck his own neck.
She would fuck his neck with a strap on.
She would fuck his neck with a vodka bottle.
The same vodka she probably kept it as a keepsake.
Yeah,
she has it framed. She had her ex-girlfriend Tasya make a fucking some fucking shrine of
people
it.
are defending her on Twitter.
Who is?
No, just people just fucking defending Amber Heard for fucking a neck.
I mean, fucking a neck is the least of her crimes. What she's done to Johnny Depp it's unfathomable.
Those horrible stills.
It's unfathomable. He's a treasured man in our country, and he's brought joy to millions of children across the country that have now probably been fucked by Democrats.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. All right, where are we at, Stu?
A little older. Yeah, how much time?
Yeah.
Are we over?
Let's wrap it up.
All right, folks.
We're losing steam.
We didn't. Oh, let's right before we go. Can we just address Taylor Lorenz's?
Oh yeah.
You know what? Let's save that for the next one. We're gonna say. Well,
Fuck it, do it.
All right.
Yeah. It's going with a bang.
So she was talking to Maddie. Okay, so Matthew Iglesias, I'm sure you know, he's a journalist, whatever. Some personal news. I've contracted the novel coronavirus. Frankly, I think the virus should respect Father's Day more than this. FYI, all future typos are due to long COVID. Funny enough, I guess, and it's true, because I think long COVID is this thing now, and he has a point here where it's like, it's becoming Lyme's disease. Yeah. Like, it's like this thing that like very well-off people are claiming that they have, and maybe some of it's true, but I'm like, you don't know, you can't put your finger on it. What's the, you don't know, you just have a fog. You just have it's because you're living a meaningless life. Yeah. And you really have nothing else to do with your time except examine and analyze all of your ailments that you've created in your own head because you're out of your mind. Mm-hmm. And maybe some of them do have long COVID. I don't know. Maybe it's unsympathetic.
I convince myself I have it, but I just think I'm a himbo.
A himbo?
Yeah.
What's a himbo?
Male bimbo. Yeah.
I'm glad it's a joke for you, Matt, and that you're lucky enough to get access to great care. But for those who've had their lives destroyed by the virus, who have had loved ones die or suffer with LC. Oh, she calls it LC, like cool. From Laguna Beach. LC, it's not funny. Hope you can have a little more empathy, especially today. She honestly feels like a plant from some organization to just piss people off. Mm-hmm. She is a massive distraction because she's so inflammatory with every single criticism she has of things. Like, you can't believe the things she criticizes. Like, you can't believe the audacity of this 80-year-old woman. I'm not even being mean. No, I'm not being a bitch. I'm not being a bitch. Wikipedia, go Google her age. She's 82 years old.
She's dressed like an extra from Stranger Things. Look at her fucking little rainbow turtleneck.
Yeah. No, and people are like, oh, people are ageist, whatever. No, how are they ageist? She's 82. She's still working for WAPO. I mean, she's 80. She's literally 82 years. Look at that blouse.
How old is she?
Tell me someone's wearing that blouse.
84.
That blouse is from 1984. Look at that blouse. Please zoom in on that. It's like the...
Yeah, I mean, she looks
look
like
at that pattern. It's like a kaleidoscope with vomit. It's disgusting. Anyway, she's 82 years old, so I applaud her for like still having a career and like still being like, knowing how to use the internet and all that. But for an 82-year-old, it's like, why are you going after Maddie Iglesias on Twitter? It's like, please, can you get a life? Also, for somebody that's like, oh, they're after me, like the trolls, they won't stop. It's like, why are you on Twitter, you dumb bitch? Get off. Like, get off. But if she did, I think a lot of people would be far less entertained. I think part of her is doing somewhat of a, like, there's a masochistic element to what she is, to what Amber Heard is. They enjoy the abuse. They enjoy the trolling. They enjoy, even if it's at their own expense, I think they just enjoy seeing their name in headlines. And so they have this behavior so that people like me who have 15 people watching a video on YouTube will talk about it. And there's this echo chamber of people just saying her name, She just wants people to say her name.
Say her name.
Say my name. I mean, it's that's all she wants. She just wants to be,
She spells. Is popular. That how you spell Taylor? Taylor.
Are you okay, John?
I don't know. I have long COVID.
Fucking himbo.
Yeah, dude.
Himbo? Stu, did you know what a himbo was?
No. Really? No. I've been called a himbo for like 2 years.
I love that he's added that to his lexicon.
Yeah.
It's really lovely.
Yeah.
All right,
Himbos
folks.
rock.
Well, this has, I guess, been episode 1, but we will be back. And next time, maybe we, if you have any other serial killers you'd like us to...
I'm putting the kibosh on that shit.
The kibosh. Yeah, Jesus I Christ. Should
no,
too.
you can bring it back, you little weirdo.
Listen, I'm not sitting here like that other podcast. It's like, well, first they severed the arm. And then after the arm,
yeah, that's what we're
doing. No, I mean those podcasts are like talking about which arteries were cut. Like they're going deep into it's. I have no interest in that. I'd rather sit here and talk about
how charismatic
Taylor
and hot
Lorenz's
they are.
Skincare routine. Yeah, she's probably using La Mer. I mean, for 82, she doesn't look bad.
That's good.
For 82, I mean, listen, I hope I look like that at 82.
No, she's dope, dude.
Yeah. Anyways, folks, have a good night. Auf Wiedersehen.